When are y'all gonna start listening to your boy? Yo, 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 what's going on, people? I'm your host, Double R, and you're now tuned in to Retro Rob Television. Salute to my new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the family. And salute to my original subscribers for always holding your boy down. I truly do appreciate that. Yeah, just getting back from the gym. I forgot my water, but let's rock. When y'all gonna listen to me, man? You know, when I do these type of videos, people don't want to come listen to them. You know, one thing about black people is we don't care about it if it don't affect us. And we'll be the first to forgive other races. We'll be the first to forgive everybody else, but be the first to rush to condemn each other, but be the first to rush to crucify each other. The WBA is now ordering Devin Haney, salute to Blue Blood Sports TV, is now ordering Devin Haney to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, that's a fight most people want to see. That's a fight I want to see. But not in these type of circumstances. Gervonta Tank Davis just signed back with Mayweather Promotions. Devin Haney just became undisputed, and Devin Haney may have to rematch George Kambosos Jr. Now let's say George Kambosos Jr. takes step aside money and don't fight Devin Haney. So now you have Bob Arum, who wants the Lomachenko fight. Devin Haney, who wants the Lomachenko fight. The fans who don't really care, you know, Lomachenko, Tank Davis, everybody I'm sure would prefer Gervonta Tank Davis. I would prefer Gervonta Tank Davis. But let's stay within reality right now. You know, it's going to be a lot of hurdles for that fight that actually happen. You know, you have to get through Floyd. You know, is Floyd and Leonard Ellaby going to put respect on Devin Haney's name, you know, and realize that Devin Haney is the man at this particular moment? You know, can they push their pride and their ego to the side? Because make no bones about it, Devin Haney would be the A side in this particular situation. You know, but I don't want to see this fight in these type of circumstances. The WBA know full well of the circumstances that Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis are going through right now, are presented with right now. So to come out and make orders and stuff like that is crazy, especially when you add the fact that Lomachenko have went a while without fighting. Nobody said anything. Canelo is bouncing from different weight classes, and nobody is ordering him to fight the people in his own division that he's continuously avoiding. Teofimo was holding the belt for a while before he fought Kambosos. A lot of the non-black fighters hold the belt, you know, especially when they have to go face-to-face and toe-to-toe with the black fighter. You know, a black fighter that they may not feel like they can beat. But it's always strange and it's always funny that every time a Devin Haney, a Tank Davis, you know, a lot of these promoters, these governing bodies always find a way to try to throw a monkey wrench in it. You know, I'm actually surprised and I'm proud of Dev for becoming undisputed. I didn't even think that they were going to allow that to happen. But Dev still have to pay sanctioning fees. You know, all of these boxers do. Now, We're still waiting for George Kambosos to, figure out what he's going to do as far as the rematch clause. And you're ordering Devin Haney versus Gervonta Tank Davis. Again, make no bones about it. I want to see that fight. But let's be realistic. Even if George Kambosos took step-aside money and didn't fight Devin Haney, Bob Arum wants the Lomachenko fight over the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. Now, I know why the WBA wants that fight. It's like what I told you guys yesterday in the video that I did about the boxers being pimped and Devin Haney, got to spend $360K. Check that video out. I know why the WBA is doing this. They're doing this for the same reason why I told you guys they wanted George Kambosos to keep, to win the undisputed crown and to keep his belts. It's because they know it's a great possibility, it's a 100% chance that either Tank or Devin Haney will lose. And more than likely, well, not more than likely, but it's a good chance that Devin Haney will get the short end of that stick as far as him and Tank, because it's a lot of people out there, not saying that Devin Haney would lose that fight, but it's a lot of people that feel like Devin Haney will lose that fight right now. A lot of people feel like Devin Haney will lose that fight now. Now, there's a few that feel like Devin Haney can win that fight. And even those people are on edge when you mention the name Tank Davis. I don't think that fight is going to happen. I feel like it should happen. I feel like I want to see it happen, but I don't feel like it's going to happen. It's a lot of business. It's a lot of logistics when we're talking about Tank versus Haney. Especially when we're talking about those big fights like Earl Spence, Terrence Bud Crawford, those type of fights, man. You have situations where the promoter get in the middle of it. A lot of people felt like with the Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder situation, Eddie Hearn screwed that up. Eddie Hearn played a significant part, but I felt like Joshua played just as much of a part in that not happening, because I felt like, not necessarily saying Joshua was scared of Wilder, but just like everybody else that faces Wilder, he has the great eraser. He has the great equalizer. And the same with Gervonta Tank Davis. Doesn't matter what you do leading up to the knockout. It doesn't matter what you do as far as preparing for the fight, the actual fight. If they land a clean shot, you're going out. And all that work you did, and it's washed away. That's why a lot of people didn't really want to fight Wilder. A lot of people cheated, including Tyson Fury. It's because a lot of them felt like, man, I could be beating them, and all they got to do is land that shot. Like Wilder said, you got to be perfect for all 12 rounds. I just got to be perfect for one moment. I just got to be good at one moment. So, it's nice and it's good and it's fine to talk about it woulda, coulda, shoulda, in Tank Davis and Devin Haney. It's nice to have the conversation, speculate, shit like that. But don't look forward to that happening no time soon. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. Don't look forward to that happening no time soon. Even for the WBA, that's not happening no time soon. And that's coming straight from the mouth of Leonard Ellaby. So the WBA is just trying to find a way to make that fight happen so those belts can get spreaded across, or somebody else can have those belts. But making Tank fight Devin for undisputed is just going to go from Devin to Tank, and Tank going to have the belts. Unless you're putting Shakur in the middle of it. I feel like Shakur would beat both of them. But if you're not putting Shakur in the middle of it, Shakur got to grow within the division. Once he get into the division and he become undisputed in the 130-pound division. So unless you're talking about Shakur being in the mix of Devin Haney and Tank, It's just like you're transferring the undisputed crown from one hand to the next. Because outside of Shakur, nobody is beating Devin Haney and Tank. Nobody. So I feel like them doing that, knowing Tank ain't ready, Devin Haney ain't ready, and I ain't talking about ready to fight each other. They're not ready as far as they got other things on their plate. You see what I'm saying? And the WBA know that. And the WBA doing that on purpose so they can strip Dev of the belt because they know can't nobody beat him for the belt. They know can't nobody beat him for those belts. So they want to strip him of those belts. So look forward to that, man. And that's why I told Dev, you gotta play chess, man. How do you do that? Drop those belts, man. Drop those, it's not worth it. And I know you're under contract with Bob Ehrman, but you could take that to 140. You could take the contract to 140. Drop those belts, man. Everybody is telling you to drop those belts. What did I tell y'all yesterday, man? Sometimes you can want something so bad, you can want to be great so bad. I ain't just talking about Devin Haney. I'm talking about me as well. Particularly me. I noticed that every time in my life when I try to rush things, it never fare well for me. It never turns out good. I end up losing a lot. I end up fucking up a lot. I end up fumbling the bag. But when I take my time and that's what they say, patience is a virtue. And you got to be smart in certain situations, man. You got to know, when to let certain things go. And a lot of people feel like a lot of these fighters in particular feel like if they just let the belt go or if they just walk off, that's quitting. That's not quitting. In certain scenarios and certain instances, it's quitting, but not in this one. It's about being smart. How they say it's about being smarter, not thinking harder. See, you thinking harder. It's about being smarter. And the smart thing to do right now is to go ahead and drop those belts and go to 140. Let the WBA sort that shit out. Since y'all want it so bad, y'all want to pimp so bad, go ahead and pimp. But you won't pimp me. See you later. I'm headed to 140. WBA will be at 142. I understand all that. They'll be at 142, but guess what? They'll have to deal with that mess at 135 because I've already became undisputed. So it don't matter. And then I'll go to 140 and I'll try to shoot for undisputed there as well. And once I start that bullshit at 140, then I'll go ahead and drop those belts too, and either retire or move up a weight class. That's how you do it. That's how I do it in my life. That's why I have multiple streams of revenue. So just in case, one job or one business get to tripping, I can go to the next one. The next one keep me afloat. That's how you got to do it. But it's your boy Double R, man. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about it, how you feel about this whole situation. Spread the word and hit that bell icon for when I drop new content moving forward. Deuces.